Most people have no idea that a juice praised as one of the healthiest on earth can turn risky with just one wrong ingredient. Picture this. You start the day proud of yourself, juicing a fresh beet, sipping it, slowly convinced you are caring for your heart, cleansing your liver, and charging up your energy. What you do not see is that beets are not just healthy, they are potent. Inside that deep red root are compounds that can boost circulation, relax blood vessels, support liver detox, and enhance stamina. Yet those same compounds can react badly when paired with certain foods. That is where quiet trouble begins. Every day, countless people unknowingly mix beets with ingredients that irritate the stomach, trigger fermentation, raise oxalate levels, strain the liver, disrupt circulation, and sometimes even block the absorption of the very nutrients they are chasing. The worst part is many of these combinations look perfectly healthy. They show up in recipe books on social media and in wellness tips from friends who simply do not understand what is happening inside the body. In this video, you are going to discover 7 beet juice combinations you should never make, including one that can be genuinely dangerous if you are over 50 or have kidney or digestive problems. You will also learn how to prepare and drink beet juice correctly, so your heart, liver, blood flow, and energy all benefit without unnecessary risk. Stay until the end because what you learn today could completely change the way you use this powerful healing juice. Combination number 1, mixing beet juice with lemon. A very common healthy habit is squeezing a lot of lemon into beet juice. On paper, it sounds perfect vitamin C freshness detox vibes. In reality, it can be quite harsh. Lemon is highly acidic, and when that strong acidity hits raw beet juice, it instantly shifts the pH of the drink. For many older adults, especially anyone with gastritis acid reflux or a delicate stomach, this sharp change can quickly lead to irritation, heartburn, nausea, or a sour, unsettled stomach after drinking beet and lemon together are often blamed on the beets when the real trigger is the heavy lemon. There is another problem. Beets are rich in plant iron and red pigments that help support healthy blood and circulation. But these nutrients need a relatively stable internal environment to be absorbed well. When the juice becomes too acidic, it can interfere with iron uptake and reduce the very benefits people are hoping to get from beet juice in the first place. Some people also feel weak or lightheaded afterward, because this acidic shock can push the stomach to produce even more acid, which is especially problematic if your digestive lining is thinner or already inflamed. If you have reflux, this combo can further irritate the esophagus. Lemon itself is not bad. The real issue is the amount. A tiny splash for taste is usually fine. Problems start when you use half a lemon or more in a single glass. If you like a bit of brightness in your beet juice, stick to just a few drops. And if your stomach is sensitive, it is safer to skip the lemon altogether. Your digestion and circulation will benefit more that way. Combination number 2, mixing beet juice with honey or sugar. This is not just a small mistake, it is one of the most damaging ways to drink beet juice. Because many people dislike beetroot's earthy flavor, they try to fix it with honey, table sugar, or sweet syrups. It feels harmless, especially when the sugar comes from something natural like honey. But the moment you pour concentrated sugars into beet juice, you change how your body handles it. Beets are naturally rich in nitrates that turn into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels, improves circulation, supports stamina, and helps balance blood pressure. When you combine beet juice with honey or sugar, this nitrate to nitric oxide conversion is disrupted. The main reason people drink beet juice, better blood flow, which is dramatically weakened, and what remains is basically a sugary drink that spikes blood sugar and delivers only a fraction of the cardiovascular benefits. For older adults, this clash between sugar and nitrates is even more serious. Added sugars trigger a fast insulin surge and promote inflammation and oxidative stress, especially in people with diabetes, pre-diabetes fatty liver, or metabolic syndrome. Honey may be natural, but in your bloodstream, it still behaves like a quick sugar. Over time, this can speed up fat accumulation in the liver, worsen insulin resistance, and lead to energy crashes. If your creatinine is high or your kidneys are already under strain, frequent sugar spikes also force the kidneys to work harder, exactly what you want to avoid. The encouraging part is that beetroot already has a gentle natural sweetness when it is prepared properly. Most people simply need to give their taste buds a little time to adapt. If you truly cannot tolerate the flavor, use low-impact partners like green apple or cucumber instead. They add freshness, hydration, and some fiber without disturbing nitrate function or hammering your blood sugar. The bottom line is simple sugar and beet juice do not belong in the same glass. If you want beet juice to behave like a natural therapy for your heart-liver circulation, and energy drink it as pure as possible, your body will feel the difference. Combination number 4, mixing beet juice with vinegar. Vinegar shows up in countless detox drinks and home remedies. So many people assume adding it to beet juice will make the drink even healthier. In reality, it does the opposite. Beetroot is naturally packed with nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide to relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and support healthy blood pressure. Vinegar is highly acidic, and that strong acidity can break down a large portion of these nitrates before your body ever turns them into nitric oxide. You end up throwing away one of the main reasons to drink beet juice in the first place. The trouble does not stop at nutrient loss. When raw beet juice and vinegar hit the stomach together, the heavy acid load can irritate the digestive lining, especially in people who already struggle with reflux gastritis or a sensitive stomach. Many older adults report burning nausea or a heavy, uncomfortable feeling in the upper abdomen after this combination. Because beetroot tends to lower blood pressure, and vinegar can influence sodium and potassium balance, the mix may also trigger sudden drops in blood pressure, along with dizziness or weakness in those who are already on the lower side. For those chasing detox, adding vinegar might feel like a smart upgrade, but it actually increases the workload on the liver. Instead of gently supporting detoxification, the extra acidity forces the liver to work harder to restore internal balance. The kidneys are also pushed to deal with an unnecessary acid burden, which is especially risky if kidney function is already reduced. The simplest and safest strategy is to keep beet juice clean. If you want to lighten the taste or texture, blend it with water cucumber or a mild low-acid fruit like green apple. Save vinegar for salad dressings and cooked dishes, and keep it away from your beet juice if you want to protect your stomach, your circulation, and the powerful nutrients that make beetroot so therapeutic. Combination. Number 5, mixing beet juice with milk or dairy products. Blending beet juice with milk to make a creamy, healthy drink sounds harmless, but inside the body, it becomes one of the most problematic pairings you can make. Beetroot has a natural acidity, and when that acidity meets milk, proteins, especially casein, it makes them curdle quickly in the stomach. This is not a gentle yogurt-like process, but a sudden reaction that leads to heavy, sluggish digestion, fermentation, and symptoms like gas, bloating, reflux, and a hard, heavy feeling in the abdomen that can linger for hours. There is also a nutritional cost. Milk digests best in a very specific environment, while beetroot stimulates stomach acid and bile flow. When both arrive together, the digestive system struggles to handle them at the same time. As a result, you may absorb less calcium from the milk and fewer vitamins and antioxidants from the beetroot, the exact opposite of your goal when making this kind of smoothie. For people with lactose intolerance or naturally slower digestion, which is common after 50, this combination often triggers nausea, cramps, or a quick surge of acidity. The liver is affected too. Beet juice boosts nitric oxide and circulation, while dairy slows gastric emptying and thickens stomach contents. When they are consumed together, the liver is forced to process more metabolic waste, at once increasing inflammatory stress rather than easing it. Anyone with fatty liver, sluggish digestion, or a history of reflux is especially vulnerable and should avoid this mix entirely. If you want a smoother, more hydrating beet drink, reach for options that cooperate with digestion instead of fighting it. Coconut water pairs very well with beetroot, supports electrolytes and does not clash with stomach acids. Cucumber adds a gentle, silky freshness while supporting kidney and liver function. These combinations let beet juice act like the natural support it is meant to be. Dairy can still be part of a healthy diet, just not in the same glass as your beet juice. Keeping them separate is a simple way to protect your stomach, liver, and daily energy. Combination number 6, mixing beet juice with spinach. Beets and spinach each offer impressive nutrition, but when you juice them together in large raw amounts, you create a problem your kidneys and bones will not thank you for. Both are very high in oxalates, natural plant compounds that latch onto minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron. When oxalates from beets and spinach arrive in the body at the same time and in high concentration, they can overwhelm your ability to clear them. Inside the kidneys, these oxalates easily bind with calcium and form calcium oxalate crystals, the most common and often most painful type of kidney stone. For anyone with a history of stones, weaker kidney function, mild dehydration, or low magnesium intake, this combination can quietly drive oxalate overload. You may not feel it immediately, but crystals can slowly accumulate week after week. There is also the issue of mineral blocking. Because oxalates cling to calcium and iron, they reduce how much of these nutrients your body can absorb. So, while the intention is to supercharge your juice, the real outcome may be less usable nutrition and more work for your digestive and elimination systems. Over time, this can contribute to weaker bones, worsening anemia, fatigue, and muscle weakness. People with sensitive digestion, such as IBS gastritis or low stomach acid, are especially at risk. High oxalate juices move quickly through the gut and can irritate the intestinal lining, causing bloating, cramps, loose stools, or urgent trips to the bathroom. Older adults whose kidneys are often less efficient at clearing crystal-forming compounds face an even higher risk of oxalate buildup. None of this means spinach is unhealthy, or that beetroot should be avoided. It simply means they are best kept apart in your juicer. Avoid combining them raw, especially in large quantities. If you like greens with your beet juice, choose lower oxalate options such as kale, mint, celery leaves, or romaine. If you enjoy spinach, have it cooked or eat it at a different time of day instead of blending it with beets. Your kidneys are working for you around the clock. Do not make their job harder with this high oxalate pairing. Combination number 7, mixing beet juice with carrots. Beets and carrots look like a dream team, two colorful, nutrient-dense roots that often share the same juicer. Each one is healthy on its own, but when you juice them together in a strong, raw blend, you create a quiet overload that can strain your kidneys, liver, and blood sugar. Both vegetables are high oxalate roots. In normal, separate portions, most bodies can handle that. When you combine them into one concentrated drink, however, the oxalate load shoots up. This greatly increases the risk of calcium oxalate kidney stones, especially in older adults, people with diabetes, dehydration, or even mild kidney weakness. Oxalates from both roots latch onto calcium and form sharp crystals that slowly build up until they cause pain, inflammation, or urinary problems. There is also a serious blood sugar effect. Beets and carrots both contain natural sugars, and juicing strips away the fiber that would normally slow absorption. Those sugars then rush into the bloodstream. For anyone with insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, fatty liver, or a sluggish metabolism, this can trigger noticeable spikes, followed by tiredness, cravings, and more inflammatory pressure on the body. Over time, these swings can make blood sugar control more difficult and worsen metabolic issues. Digestive upset is another common side effect. Without fiber to buffer them, the sugars and oxalates in this mix can ferment quickly in the gut, leading to gas, bloating, and a heavy, uncomfortable stomach. Seniors, especially those with slower digestion or low stomach acid, are particularly sensitive to this. The problem is not the vegetables themselves, but the way they are concentrated together in one glass. Each root is beneficial when eaten whole, cooked or enjoyed separately on different days. Regularly juicing them together, however, compresses too much sugar and too many oxalates into a low-fiber drink your body was never meant to process so quickly. A safer strategy is straightforward. If you're having beet juice today, leave out the carrot. If you want carrot juice, drink it alone or pair it with low oxalate low sugar, choices like cucumber celery or a small piece of green apple. This way, you protect your kidneys, steady your blood sugar, and still enjoy the full benefits of both roots, just not in the same glass. Now that you know which mixes quietly, kill beets, healing power, let's switch to what actually works. Beet juice can be a powerful natural aid for circulation, energy, liver function, and blood pressure, but only if you use it correctly. The two big mistakes people make are drinking too much and mixing it with the wrong ingredients. Your body does not need a massive detox hit. It needs the right amount at the right time in the right form. First, respect the dose. 1 medium beet per day is enough. That equals about 100 to 120 milliliters of fresh juice. This gives you plenty of natural nitrates to boost nitric oxide, improve blood flow, and gently lower blood pressure without overloading your kidneys with oxalates or causing dizziness and stomach upset. Second, keep it pure. Skip sugar, honey, and sweeteners. They spike blood glucose and weaken the nitric oxide effect. Beet juice works best in its natural state. If the earthy flavor feels strong, soften it with cucumber celery, or a small piece of green apple, gentle companions that support digestion without canceling benefits. Third, drink on a light or empty stomach. The best time is in the morning or about 30 minutes before lunch. When your stomach is not full, nitrates convert more efficiently. Digestion is smoother and the energy lift is clearer. Avoid beet juice right after heavy meals when slow digestion blocks how quickly nutrients can activate. Fourth, choose fresh. Do not store beet juice for long. Its nutrients begin to oxidize quickly, and the juice may start to ferment after 12 to 24 hours. Freshly made beet juice gives you the strongest nitric oxide, boosts the best betaine support for the liver, and the fullest antioxidant effect. Aim to drink it within 10 to 15 minutes of juicing. Fifth sip slowly instead of gulping. Beet juice is a tonic, not a shot. Drinking it gradually helps your system process nitrates steadily, without overwhelming your stomach or blood pressure. Older adults especially feel a gentler, more stable response when they take their time. Sixth, rotate your juices. Do not rely on the exact same beet blend every single day. Give your kidneys, liver, and gut variety by alternating with low oxalate options like celery, cucumber, or mild leafy greens. This protects mineral balance and reduces long-term oxalate buildup. Used this way, pure, moderate, fresh, and well-timed beet juice becomes a safe daily habit that supports your heart-brain energy and natural detox systems without the hidden risks of overload or poor combinations. Beet juice can be one of the most powerful daily habits you choose, helping your circulation, supporting your liver, lifting your energy, and easing the workload on your heart. But as you have seen, the way you drink it is just as important as drinking it at all. The wrong mixes can cause fermentation, upset your stomach, block nutrient absorption, and quietly raise your risk of kidney stones. The right approach turns a simple root into a gentle, effective, natural remedy. So, next time you make beet juice, think of 3 rules. Keep it pure, keep it fresh, keep it simple. 1 medium, beat the right moment in your day, and no harmful add-ins. Let this juice do its job the way nature designed. If this video helped you spot a beet juice mistake you did not even realize you were making, please tap like. It not only supports this channel, it also tells YouTube that senior-focused health education matters. Share this video with someone who drinks beet juice regularly. You may help them avoid a hidden problem. Comment below and tell me which combination you are using and what you will change from today. And remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the next science-based tip. Your health is built from small daily decisions. Choose clearly, choose simply, and choose vitality.